They want to hollow out our Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. They want to cut programs in education like Head Start. They even want to screw over our veterans. Which is fitting because what these actions that they're taking on are against everything that this country stands for. And when people wonder why is it that these ultra-wealthy folks worth tens of billions of dollars are coming after Social Security and Medicare, it's because they don't need it. They're just numbers on a piece of paper that we can subtract here, add here, hollow out our government as we know it, just so that they can get a little bit more tax breaks, a little bit more money to add onto that pile of wealth. And we've got a lot of folks, and this is what's fascinating, is the folks like Elon, right, who are president, yes. The folks like Presidents Trump and Elon, even though President Elon could buy and sell President Trump, 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. What I find more fascinating is their enablers. The folks, right, the folks in government who are not worth tens of millions of dollars, not billionaires, and they're just going along with this, right? They're cutting the programs that help folks that need it. They're cutting the programs that puts food in kids' stomachs, that keep our kids in school, that help our most vulnerable. And how many of those people are going to go to church tomorrow morning and claim that they believe in a God who would be okay with any of it? And most of these folks were around 2,000 years ago. They would have been trying to stop Jesus from turning over everything in the temple at any and all costs. And why is it, by the way, that they pick on the most vulnerable in our community? I'm not talking about I'm not talking about cutting the programs so that they get more tax cuts. That's what Elon and Trump are doing. But the rest of them, why are they picking on trans folks? Why are they address capitalism? Why are they trying to pick on immigrants? Why are they trying to pick on all these people? They're trying to distract us, right? They're trying to keep us divided. They're trying to bring out the worst impulses in many people's hearts so that they don't notice that this highway robbery is occurring. And we got to call that out. We got to stand up to it. And like I said, we need to think about all those folks who are going to go to church tomorrow morning and say that they're okay with deporting folks who are here illegally. They're okay with cutting programs that help. Because I'm a believer, right? That's not what I believe in. That is the opposite of what I believe in. So I'm thankful that so many people are getting out here and they're staying organized. They're speaking out. They're making clear that what's going on today is not okay, and we need to show all of our elected officials that they need to be speaking out, they need to be calling us out, and all of you guys here need to hold our feet to the fire. Right, because there is an old saying from Tip O'Neill that all politics is local. But when 40% of our state's budget is federal dollars, all politics has become federal. When they're trying to cut Social Security and Medicare, and I have one of the oldest communities in this state that I represent, if you're attacking Social Security and Medicare, all politics is federal. If you're threatening the folks at my alma mater at Michigan State University, if you're trying to go green, if you're threatening to deport people or to silence people because you disagree with what they have to say, that is un-American, and all politics is really federal. So please, stay engaged. keep coming to these events and make sure that your elected officials, whether you agree with them on 99% of issues or less than 1% of issues, they know that they need to be speaking out. They need to make clear which side that they are on, and we need to stand together about what's going on in this country, whether it's what's happening in this building or whether it's happening in Washington, D.C. Thank you.
Can we give another round of applause for the only elected official?